All right, so now we're going to discuss receiving the ball. So the way that we want to receive the ball is that we receive the ball with our knees bent. So as Bree's going to show, we're going to receive everything we do as an athletic position. When in an athletic position, what we talk about is having our knees right underneath our hips, which are right underneath our shoulders, and our feet slightly outside of our shoulders. We don't want to be too big, but we definitely can be here. This is not athletic. So your knees right underneath your hips, hips underneath your shoulders, here. So we start here on the balls of our feet. As she receives the ball, what she's going to do is she's going to end up going into transition. So a lot of times I'm seeing kids running after that ball. We don't want to run after that ball. What we want that ball to do is hit the glove, and as soon as it hits, being able to move and cut off that ground that we talked about, cutting off that space. So with her knees bent right here, hands extend, boom, boom, and then she comes off in perfect timing, right? So again, that was absolutely perfect. So, same thing, knees are bent. Arms extend, ball coming around and then creating space, getting into that perfect gun. Again. Good. Good. So after you've already done your warm-ups, the first thing that you want to do is when you're focusing in on your throwing, focusing in on your technique. You want to break down your throwing mechanics before you start long throwing, right? Once you're warm, muscles are loose, then we're really going to work on our mechanics to make sure that we're firm. So we're going to work on our throws, keeping our bow and arrow down, keeping our elbow down, but having good separation and having that gun ready. It'll be elbow forward, glove to the side, looking straight at your target, knees lined up. And as we're receiving the ball, same thing. We want to receive it as soon as we receive it. Ball comes in, hands come around, coming through the ball. Go work on it.
My name is Maya Anderson. I graduated in class of 2024, and I play middle infield, outfield, and I pitch.
Perfect. All right. So Maya is going to end up working with Bree. So we're going to work on our short hop technique. So we're going to keep space. We're going to keep our 6 feet of space in between each other as we're working through this drill. But what we're going to do is we're going to really focus on technique. So let me get Maya right there, Bree right there. Good. Go ahead. All right, so we're going to start with just our front side, right? So at this point, we want our hands extended, our hands coming through the ball, and our throwing hand on top. You'll notice that they're both are really on their toes and not on their heels. That's something that we preach. You'll notice that their butt starts on one level and then moves down to the next. So what we want to do is we're trying to get as close to the ground and as close to the level of the ball as we possibly can in case it takes a bad hop and we need to adjust our hands, we need to throw our hands through, something bad happens. So what we really want to focus on is moving to that second level. So as you're working on this drill at home with your partner, make sure that your hands are coming through, technique, squeezing the ball. Good, same that same side, now move to glove side. So now we're going to go glove side. So same thing, now we're going to work just independently one hand. Balls that we try to field everything on our belly button. Our preferred method of fielding is 2 hands, but sometimes you can't. So in this instance, we're just working on just getting our hands through the ball, coming through the ball, pulling that ball through. Add a transition to that right now. So now we're going to make it a game situation. So now we're going to get our feet active. We're always trying to get better and improve our skill set. So now we've taken just our regular short hop and we've gone to throwing our transition footwork in. And here we want to make sure our feet are clean, that we got good space in between them as we come through, and that we land with a good base. Once we land with the good base, arm comes up, gun comes up, we're ready to fire. Good, switch to backhand. So backhands are obviously a little tricky. This is our last resort for defense. All right, we don't really work on these a ton because we don't want to use it a ton. We want to be able to field 95% of the balls the way that we want to field the ball. On the off chance that we do have to field it, we do have to practice this glove work though. So you notice Maya, she keeps coming down lower and lower. She's getting to the level of the ball every time the ball is bounced. Does she field everyone cleanly? No, it's not expected that we will, but it gives her a chance to make a play. So she bobbled the ball there, but she was still able to recover because she moved to the level of the ball and her feet make her rise. Everything we do is based off of using our legs. Good. Switch. Take 3 steps back, glove hand rolls. So now we're going to increase our space a little bit. We're going to roll the ball a little bit and get our feet moving through the ball. Preferred method is coming through the ball. We typically don't let a ball come to us. We've got to get comfortable moving our feet through the ball. So this is something that should be done every day. I see a lot of T-work videos. I see a lot of other videos, but I don't see a lot of kids working on their ball-a-days. This is a vital point of what we do and what makes us defend the way that we defend. We have to work on these things on a consistent basis. Good. Switch. Backhand rolls. Good. Same thing. Footwork comes through. They shuffle step behind, create separation. The biggest thing, though, is they end up in a nice athletic base when they're ready to fire the ball. Staying athletic, moving through the ball. Coming through. Good. 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 Good job. Grab some water. So after that, you want to go ahead and just grab some water, take some time to yourself, a couple minutes. So what we're going to really do now is we're really going to focus on that 3/4 throw. From here, what we want to do is we want to be in an athletic position, hands are out. When we receive that throw, when we receive that, it's here. We step out. Here, step out. Sometimes you don't have to step out, sometimes you can flick it, it all depends. But you should be proficient in doing it both ways, right? So you've got the 3/4 throw straight from the slot, and you've got the one where you've got to open up where you're almost throwing a line behind you. Sometimes when our second baseman, we play deep, right? So why would they step out to make a 3/4 throw? No, they would just come here, shuffle, right? But you've got to be proficient in both. I think the biggest thing that and level of impact is that we want to do is we want to work on keeping this hand down. Keep this hand down. Keeping this forearm level to the ground, opening up, good, finding eye contact, and then just staying through this slot. It's not coming up here, making a throw from here. It's not like this, no. Arm stays level to the ground. Arm stays level to the ground, open up, hit your target. We'll walk through it shortly.